Hello, everybody. Welcome to another daily dose of gaming news and all that good stuff. And as always, I also publish on Rumble and on Patreon for access support. Any kind of updates and such, usually I go about on Twitter X. And hopefully later today we'll get Midnight Suns episode. Having a blast playing this game. But yeah, again, this week I'm see if I can wrap up some stuff that I need to deal with regarding my personal life stuff, which is I had some consultation with the dentist and all that stuff, which then makes it harder to speak. But this week I don't have any issues with that. It's more about dealing with all the renovation stuff that I have from the visit of the company and all that jazz. I will have to leave from the house a couple of more times at least to sign documents and papers and all that jazz. So yeah, that's why it's a little bit intermittent from last week and this week. But hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully next week everything will be on par with normal scheduling. And just a quick reminder that I still have some completed gameplay series, 4K, the most recent ones, 1080p, the older ones before the 5-year break, which I didn't have any PC to play anything there. Again, this episode comes off the weekend, not much happening except with some Sweet Baby Ink, but that thing is just ramping up every day with some news and all that jazz. That there is a lot of coverage there, more in with more on the news hour than me. I just do the daily one, and at this moment in time, I don't have any kind of hot takes at this moment, except that hopefully the gaming industry will turn around as soon as possible so we can start enjoying normal games as we did, I don't know, past 10 years. But yeah, um, we got still some more information, rumored information of the 9800 X3D. Supposedly they were going to announce it 25th of this month, a day after the Intel Core Ultra 200K series launch. Supposedly the rumors also say that probably they will launch early November, and it will be only the 9800 X3D. So the other X3D CPUs usually will, I think they want to highlight this one for the gaming purposes. But yeah, we'll have to see more with the announcement. So I don't know, in a couple 10 days or so, we'll have more information, at least with the specs and all that stuff, because everything that we had at this moment in time is rumored specs and inside leaks supposedly. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see, and hopefully the uplifts in terms of performance will be better than the ones that were rumored, between 2 and 15% in some cases. But yeah, it's inside information. uh, I don't trust any of those, but it might give us an indication what we need to, I know, temper our expectations with this Zen 5 launch, even on the X3D variants there. In terms of the GPU side of things, with AMD or Radeon in this case, we got Navi 44 and Navi 48. More Navi 44, like the die size, sorry, seems to be smaller than the RDNA 3. But yeah, nothing much else here. It's a little bit bigger than the 20 series GPU chip there. Again, this is a kind of more information, even though it's like the die size. Again, for the final consumer, I don't think it will matter that much, because for the final consumer, what matters is the performance out of these GPUs here. But yeah, again, I think it's a saddle issue. There is no high end for the flagship stuff, and again, it's going to be Navi 48 and Navi 44, given that the 48 will be the high end GPU per se, and the entry level will be the Navi 44. I don't think they're going to pull anything like a rabbit out of the hat regarding gluing to Navi 48 to make the flagship GPU, any kind of those things. If something like this would happen out of the sudden, we already had some information regarding that. If something was planned in that sense, uh, I don't know, try to catch Nvidia out of surprise there. I don't know, but yeah, for sure, it's been a while that we've been seeing this information. No flagship GPU again, and we saw confirmations also from the Jack Young, I think it's called, the guy from the global strategy there. I think they will pass the flagship GPU probably to RDNA 5 if they manage to solve the issues that they had for with this RDNA 4 chipset stuff there. Hopefully, they can figure out as soon as possible, because even though I understand the strategy of trying to gain some market on the GPU side of things, again, a flagship GPU is a symbol that the Halo product is always good to have as a reference. And if it behaves well, that product, if it has a good, decent performance, it indicates to the consumer that even if you buy the cheaper version of the Halo product, it's still on par in terms of quality of that with that product. And when you launch something in the middle range, in the entry level, and it gives the impression that you're not able to deliver that good of a product with high quality as expected. At least that's the impression that gives to the majority of the consumers that don't follow up a lot of this news. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see how everything goes. Hopefully Navi 48 will be kind of in line, trying to reach 4080-ish kind of performance in terms of rasterization, and a 4070 Ti in terms of ray tracing performance, with around, I think that the last prices that I saw trying to reach that kind of performance, between $500 to $600. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see how that goes. In terms of games, again, we still have the Silent Hill 2 stuff there. I watched this video from, oh my god, Digital Foundry. And yeah, again, it's been a recurring case of the struggle fest, or the stutter struggle, with all games regarding Unreal Engine 5. Again, some of them are lack of optimization, but again, it's part of the I think it's more like, it's not a bug, it's a feature of this engine, of having a lot of stutter struggle. And again, in this case, from Silent Hill 2 Remake, it's not basically something with oh my god, the shader stuff, the shader compilation. It's basically, I think, in my personal case, the issue seems to be very similar to Dead Space Remake. So it's loading assets in the background that delivers this kind of stutter. And also some issues that can be improved by the studio, which is some foliage stuff there, a lot of shimmering in some cases, especially when even with ray tracing enabled. But yeah, not that good. In some specs, it gives a huge dip in terms of the frame time stuff there. A lot of stuttering in some cases there. Even on PlayStation, it doesn't deliver an excellent performance. Even on performance mode, you got the same kind of stuttering at the same place, regardless if it is a PlayStation or a PC version of the game. So it's something that is basically from the engine itself. That there is no way out of getting out of this into a certain extent, because it's part of the feature of the engine at this moment. Because not even oh my god, Epic cannot even resolve some of these issues in their own game. So I think it's an engineering issue. I don't know how they're going to. Again, this is coming at least from Unreal Engine 4, some stuttering and some complications with that engine that basically were transferred to this Unreal Engine, the version 5 of the game engine. So yeah, the game itself seems pretty good in terms of what they bring as a remake, even though it's a little bit expensive, $70 there for a remake. I think it's a little bit high on the price there, and the fact that some character designs are not faithful for the original version of or the vision of the game there, especially the female characters. Interestingly enough, that there was some news covering like the concept art and the initial concept art, and even on the original 3D versions of the assets in the characters there in game that afterwards were altered, which yeah, it doesn't go in line with the original version of the game and how those character designs were because of the idea of the game itself. So yeah, it's lost in translation on the remake here, even though the in terms of graphic presentation and expanding and fine-tuning a little bit the gameplay systems there seems to be better. But yeah, overall I think it fails a little bit on the horror kind of atmosphere also, in that sense that the psychological horror of that the characters can't transmit to the player itself, of the the character being traumatized and all that jazz that usually the original game tried to tackle there. It's a little bit lost in translation on the remake there. In terms of mods, again, I think we will less see for the time or the foreseeable future CD Projekt Red great games, which is Cyberpunk 2077, even though it had a butchered launch and it took a while to recover and to deliver the initial promise of the game's play systems and the quality that the game was supposed to be launched. But yeah, the mods now are pretty good, and this is a stark reality that this engine, the Red engine, is a very very good engine. But the fact that I covered this last video, if not mistaken, the fact that again a lot of high and senior developers, engineers, game engine engineers, and all that jazz, they especially after Witcher 3 and more noticeably after the Cyberpunk 2077, a lot of them went away. Creative directors that were involved both with especially with The Witcher 3, they started going out of the studio, and basically we are left with to a certain degree incompetence in terms of game engine engineering there. That's why I think it's one of the reasons, and it's rumored to be one of the main reasons of the fact that they change everything to Unreal Engine 5, because it's kind of more general approach. So a lot of people are more proficient in that than to have put new people to teach them to use Red Engine, and there is a lot of demand on the resources. That's one of the reasons the back draws of having a proprietary engine is if you hire new blood or new employees that are going to work on the game engine, you need to teach them that game engine in specific, while Unreal Engine is general approach kind of. If you can work on Unreal Engine, you can work in different studios, so there is more options for the persons that work with this kind of engine. While I think the Red engine is a very very good engine, and also very mod friendly, because again we are getting a lot of continue to have a lot of excellent mods for Cyberpunk 2077. I still want to play this game eventually when I have time. But yeah, in this one they show a lot of AK mods. Again, I think this is overkill. You can notice if you pay attention some that the movement is very fluid because it's very slow. So I think it's a little bit deliberate. Again, not all GPUs can handle this kind of things. I think the 8K is downscaling 8K to 4K, but still is with, I think it's path tracing enabled here, and I will soon will have the DLSS upscaling technology and all that jazz, everything activated even with the 4090. Again, as a more guy that usually like to achieve stable 60 frames even at 4K, avoiding any kind of upscaling technology to reach that result. I think downscaling in in this 8K stuff, I don't think it's served the best in terms of fluid motion. I think something some texture mods for sure. I will try the game with some texture mods and some probably some lightning mods for that game. But again, it demonstrates that this engine is very flexible and friendly to the mod community. And with that said, there is also the upcoming The Witcher 3 HD reworked next gen editions from Hulk Hogan, which will bring again the difference is stark here. I watched the video. This is the Novigrad preview. Again, this will come out with the next gen in mind in November 23rd, so a month and a half from now, give or take. This is one of those when I start seeing these upgrades in terms of textures back. I get the giddiness to replay Witcher 3. Again, excellent game. It's still kind of a benchmark in some open world RPGs, still to a certain degree, especially on the side quests. The side quests and the lore that introduces there is it's very well done, and of course the main story is pretty good. The lacking on this game is the combat, but there are some good mods, and now we are going to see even more better mods to say the least, because the Red Kit gives like developer access to the assets of the game and the everything and the systems of the game engine. So I think we will see even better mods in terms of especially on the combat and gameplay, more fine-tuned and more in line with probably the vision that it should be. But yeah, this is a mod that I wanted to highlight. It will come in about 1 month or so. In terms of gaming deals, we got at this moment in time it's currently the Next Fest, which is brings a lot of demos usually. So it's like a preview of upcoming games, and they deliver demos for people to try out the game and see if it's worth, at least at this moment in time, to put it on the wish list. The one that I can highlight is The Precinct. Seems very interesting, kind of GTA-ish kind of approach in terms of visual and aesthetic there. And so far, it seems that 96% of people that played the demo seems to be pretty good. Hopefully, it will deliver on the final game there. But yeah, I will leave it here. Again, links in the description. In terms of gaming deals, we got Blasphemous 75% off on the base game. We got Planet of Lana is still on the promotion, so 50% off. This seems to be a pretty good game. We got also Dome Keeper, 50% off, and then there is the deluxe edition. It's also 52% off. Then we got Wartales 45%, and finally on Steam you got Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess. Very positive reviews overall since it launched. It launched in July this year. If you like this kind of game, seems to be a pretty good one with a lot of Japanese cultural stuff there, at least influenced by it. Yeah, seems pretty interesting. A very interesting game here. And you got again a demo to download. Sorry, and it's 20% off at this moment. On GOG, we got Metro franchise bundle, 84% off. So all 3 games, the Redux version of the first 2, and the DLC associated with Metro Exodus, everything on the package, 84% off. We got System Shock Remake, 55% off, and I think, yeah, you got the demo here if you want to check it out before you buy it. We got also then the Wolfenstein. This is a 2-pack which has the Wolfenstein Old Blood, if not mistaken, and the New Order. And then we got Wolfenstein 2, the New Colossus. This is the digital deluxe edition, which has all the playable DLC there, so the season pass, 85% off. And yeah, for today, this is it, guys. I'm just going to wrap up on with a plug on my Patreon for access support. At this moment in time, the access support is more for trying to get around and get a better storage solution, so I can have backups of stuff that I do for my clients, and of course some extra space for the videos that I do for the channel. And with all that said, hope you have a wonderful day. I will see you in the next one. So until then, Kunamy Master out.